Welcome to game 2 of our first losers match on Neo Destination at the top end, the north end. Your green Protoss player, it is Neutrino. And at the south end of Destination, your red Zerg player, showing us some pretty cool moves last game, it's Zawk. Drones mining drones. So Neutrino looking like he's going to try to get that little wall, build the wall between the Nexus here. I don't like this map for PvZ. I hate trying to defend this. But I can see how it could be a pretty good map for Protoss against Zerg. These ramps can be really hard to push across with their storms. You know, anything where there's not a lot of surface area, which there's a lot of spaces here where there's, you know, lots of chokes, lots of bridges. Not a lot of areas where Zerg's really going to be able to get a nice surround of the Protoss army, so it can be good if you can, as long as you can get up and you know, get a third base established somehow. It could be pretty nice for Protoss. So one thing you do have to watch out for on this map, there are these regenerative minerals. You actually have to, I think it takes a couple of workers to mine those out, but it is a little backdoor here. So it can be used to just simply, you know, get to your third and fourth base and connect everything up for you, or it can be used by the opponent to try to sneak in and get into your main base. So double-edged sword there. But I like how it's not necessarily just a bad thing. You know, it does allow you to more easily defend this back mineral in the expansion, or get back over here to your fourth without necessarily having to, you know, traverse out across the front if your opponent's trying to put a contain on you or something like that. So. I actually see a gateway first here out of Neutrino, so we're going to try to be a little bit aggressive here. And Zawk though did go ahead and get pool first though, so he will be able to hold this off. Won't get caught with his pants down, hopefully. And might even try to just, you know, get aggressive himself. So we've got quite a few lings out. Gonna see if he can't maybe, you know, swing around or something like that. So, you know, this is very open. He can just avoid the Zealot entirely if he wants to. He's going to be getting a second Zealot out here, but it's not going to be done until, you know, Zawk's already in the base. So 6 lings should be able to get past. Hopefully he won't take any hits from the Zealot. And it's pretty ballsy here. Okay. Oh, he's actually just going to go ahead and try to take out the Zealot entirely. Nice little pullback there of the weakened Zergling. And he should be able to clean that up, not lose anything. Second Zealot is going to come out. There's 2 pylons here, so it might not be the best idea to try to take everything down here. But Zawk's got to be careful. Don't want to, you know, over-micro yourself here. So he does get another Zealot here. Now, is he producing any more lings? No, he's not. He's going to go ahead and just droning here. So he takes down a couple of the Zealots. I'd love to see him try to get some more some probes, though. Okay, he's going to go ahead and take out the one that's building here. And Zawk's got to make sure that he's safe enough that if Neutrino starts to really pump out Zealots, he doesn't, you know, lose a bunch to him. Okay, gonna go ahead and try to get the probes mining gas, always good. Avoid the Zealot, ring around the rosy. And Zawk, whoa, going for a quick third actually. So long as he can distract these Zealots and prevent them from getting too aggressive. Now Zawk's gotta be aware. Okay, now he does have a couple of spines coming down, so those should finish long before Zealots are able to get there, and he's actually, Neutrino's not going to head out with them. He actually probably wants to try to get an expansion. Once again, a little bit of a supply block there from Neutrino. He's gotten supply block numerous times this game, and it's really starting to set him behind. Does have a supply lead, though, and that's because Zawk is going for that extremely fast third, whereas Neutrino, you know, hasn't even looked to expand yet. Zawk just keeping an eye on the Zealot numbers. This is actually a gap here, as lings can actually run between that, so can Zealots. Any small unit can get between there. But a couple of spine crawlers here, and then he's probably just going to hope that, you know, Neutrino just doesn't see this for a while, rather than try to actually, you know, defend that up. Now, did that probe might have actually seen this this creep. Let's take a look here. No, he did not. He did not see that creep, so he doesn't have any idea that that's there right now. But we do see Zawk is going ahead and he's starting to work on that layer. And we do see Stalkers actually coming up as well as Dragoon range. Okay, does have 1 Dragoon, gonna make a Stalker. Neutrino, not really sure. Doesn't really seem to know exactly what he wants to do in this game right now. It doesn't look like he wants to expand currently. But you know, 2-gate opening, wound up not being able to get aggressive with it, and then just decided not to. It's probably a good idea because Zawk is, you know, getting pretty defensive here. But, you know, Zawk, as far as his units go, I mean, he's only got 3 Zerglings on the field. Which is nice because he's able to build a lot of drones. He's got a nice, healthy worker lead. Continuing to drone now. So things looking very excellent for Zawk to continue his march through the loser bracket. And by continue, I mean begin his march through the loser bracket. Forge now coming up. I'm going to want to start working on those upgrades. We do see a Spire on the way now. So the Stalkers, it's nice that Neutrino is going to be able to have those Stalkers here. But he will want to start getting some upgrades for them eventually. We'll see if Neutrino wants to get aggressive with the Stalkers. The nice thing about Stalkers, very quick, very agile, able to blink around, and really, you know, do a little bit of harassment, which is always nice. So we do see Zawk going ahead and getting those spines. Zawk, very good job of staying out on the map, seeing what his opponent is doing, sending these little lings by so he knows what's going on. Now he can't afford to let these Stalkers just blink by. Okay. Stalkers likely would have lost 1 or 2 of them trying to blink by there, so would have been okay. There's only 3 of them, and they're very fragile. Neutrino needs to start working on some probes to do a little probe transfer. Getting a cannon up here. And we do see Zawk actually working on some Hydras and some Hydra upgrades. Did get that Spire. At least I think he got it. Where is it? Did he cancel the Spire? Maybe he did. Huh. I know I saw it in the production tab earlier, but I'm not seeing it now. So, alright. Gonna go ahead and ward off these Stalkers. Stalkers do relatively well against Lings, but not in these kind of numbers, especially as speed Zerglings. Able to catch up with those Stalkers. You need more Stalkers, and you need some Zealots to buffer, really. Pure Stalk without any Zealots can be pretty difficult, so. Goes ahead, scurries home. Gonna start getting some mining up. Really needs to transfer some of these workers, though. This is oversaturation. It is very undersaturated the natural. Zawk all over the map, starting to get in position to get aggressive here. You see Lurker Den is on the way. He's also getting his infestation pit, so he can start moving up towards Hive. And yeah, he had to have just canceled that. Seeing the Stalkers on the map, didn't feel like going in for the Spire. Probably a good choice. And here's where it can get really difficult to be aggressive on this map. Now he could try to take down this regenerative mineral field because Neutrino doesn't have an eye on it, so he actually can't see it right now. But I also would be fine with Zawk just taking another expansion, you know? He's got a nice lead, up by quite a few workers, got a nice-sized army, which actually, he's still actually at a supply deficit, though. I just find that a little bit interesting, despite the big worker lead he has. Oh, we actually have a null ward here for Neutrino. This could come in pretty handy. If he can get a big shot off on this army, he could send his Zealots out and clean it up when they're slowed. There it is. Oh, that does a lot of damage. Wow, how much? That does more damage now, I think. So he's going to go ahead and send these Stalkers out, but it wears off and they're able to get out of there. So it's going to take a while to heal up all of that damage. That did a lot of damage to these Hydralisks as well. So pretty substantial. But yeah, not quite enough to take down the Lings, but took them down pretty far in the health. So let's see if this is correct right now. Okay, that's still the wrong tooltip for the current null ward. So do see Zawk going ahead, and he's getting that 4th. So very nice play there. Going to continue to expand on his lead and getting those, starting to work on his upgrades. We don't see the double evolution chamber in this game for Zawk, so not getting the double ups like we've seen in some of his past games. And we do see the duality charge on the way for the Stalkers. That allows the Stalkers to have a little bit more range. And Zawk really needs to start droning here at some point because he is going to be. Oh wow, that's some nice D. This is the reason he's low on drones right now. He's spent quite a bit on static defense, which really is not a bad way to play. Static defense is very strong on Starbow. Gonna be able to take down, loses 1 Sentinel immediately. Another one lost all of its shields here. Be able to get down 1 null ward and be able to pick away at some of these drones. Oh, it actually goes off on the Overlord. That's unfortunate. I'm not sure if they used to attack air units at all in the past, but they do now, obviously. So, nice little pull away from Zawk. Overlord takes the shot, doesn't mind, he doesn't care. Doesn't phase him in the slightest. So we do see Zawk now is at Hive, he's getting those adrenal glands, he's getting his +2. Okay, he does have double evolution chamber now, and also double infestation pit. I have gone double Twilight Council plenty of times myself, so I know that feeling. I love how active Zawk has been on the map, though. It would be nice. Now, he does have some lurkers on the field. He can get a little bit of a contain going. It would be very excellent. I also like this null ward play here from Neutrino. So, wants to slow down any sort of aggressive plays that are coming into his natural. So, very nice use of the null ward. That's exactly what it's there for. Well, it's there for a couple of reasons. To harass mineral lines and also to, you know, nullify any attacks. So, nice little mothership core icon there. We make do with what we can, so... Cool little move there, especially it does very well against the Lings as we saw earlier. So, see if Zawk, you know, noticing that will send one Ling in to tank the shot or not. He suspects there might be another one. Little counter plays. That's the cool thing about Starbow. You have all sorts of opportunities for little counter plays like that. Send in one Zergling to tank the null ward shot. And Neutrino's got to be careful though. I mean, if he can get this third base up, he'll be okay. But in the meantime, Zawk is getting a really healthy economy. Getting bases all over the map, getting them defended. I'd love to see him just go for a round of drones here. Just drone like mad here. He's got the minerals for it. Over 1,000 minerals here for Zawk now. No reason to really try to get super aggressive. Actually going to get a nice little Overlord Scout off here. Going to be able to see those Sentinels continuing to come out. And Stalkers take a long time to kill Overlords. Oh, and he's going to be going for it, and he's going to be able to take this down easily. There's only a few Stalkers here. Zawk finding the third and immediately pouncing on it. He's got to be careful he doesn't get completely trapped here by this army, though. That is the real danger here. It might be a good idea. I feel like he might have just wanted to retreat with those Hydralisks. But, oh, walking all over the Lurker. There's no detection here. Gets the cancellation off. Actually, I think that died. I don't think that was a cancel. And this Lurker getting so much damage done to this Protoss army. What kind of detection do we have? Okay, we have one Ling does tank that shot. And now this army is left out in the middle. There's only one Storm available here for Neutrino, and he's got to get some more reliable detection because while these Sentinels can detect, well, now it doesn't. It can't because it doesn't have the energy for it. They're much less reliable than... Okay, now we do see the Robo coming down. And now Neutrino's in a very tough spot. Not being able to get his third up. Zawk's on 4 bases. Zawk's going to be able to get really far ahead, and Neutrino's main base is going to start to run out here. So Zawk, once again, checking, just making sure that his opponent hasn't expanded. He's just going to be able to try to starve him out here. Lurker's still here. This probe not going to be able to get anything done. Another cool play here. Another ward does go down on the Zerg army, and Zawk really doesn't need to engage in here. He can basically just take as much of the map as he wants. I'd love to see, you know, a hatchery here, hatchery here. Okay, there's one coming down right there. Yeah, just expand like mad. There's no reason not to. Oh, and he has... Oh, man. Am I calling it or what? Zawk's playing really well. Maybe I'm an idiot and we're both idiots, but I think it's more likely that Zawk is playing some pretty damn good StarCraft right now. So, really cool to see. Yeah, and this Protoss army does not want to move across this choke either. The Lurker contain is real. That is a lot of Lurkers, wow. So yeah, great play here from Zawk. There's no reason to overcommit into this. He is way ahead. He does not need to do anything except for stay safe, contain his opponent. Oh, there's going to be so much damage here. Ooh, wow. He's losing so many Zealots. Zealots and Stalkers everywhere. This would be a much better bridge to go across. But I don't think the Stalkers can actually get out there. But the Stalkers, you know, were to blink across and maybe try to get out and do some damage. Zawk actually going one step further than what I said. Actually going to go ahead and expand here. We do see Neutrino. What's able to get a probe out here? Try to get this base defended up. Throwing down a lot of cannons in a interesting formation to defend from this, but there's that. I'm not really sure about that. And these Lurkers just continuing. Where are the observers? The observatory's finished. How many observers does he have on the field? None. Okay. Really need to build some observers, Neutrino. Observers are good units. Oh, and Zawk's just going to go for it now. Which, you know, he might as well. Though I'd like to see another round of drones here. He's also working on consume for his defilers. So, and I do see a couple of defilers coming out now. Getting all those upgrades. The level 3 upgrades. Zawk's going to be way ahead. Neutrino only has +1 attack for his ground army here. And Zawk is going to be in a fantastic position. Well, he already is in a fantastic position. Null ward here. Actually, oh, okay, an observer did come out there. So there is an observer, and there's a lurker with 1 health. Okay, it does get cleaned up. A big storm coming down. Does do a lot of damage there, but the Ultras just eat it. They don't really care too much about the storms. Really doesn't want to use the storms on the Ultras. Really wants to hit these Hydras that are bunched up here. But otherwise, they're not enough for another storm. There's no storms available. No storms from Neutrino, and these Ultras are going to get in here. Hydras on top of the army. High Templar are gone. That's it. There's nothing left here. And that's going to be it for this game. There's no way Neutrino's going to hold on. This is a huge Zerg army all over him. And there's not going to be any mining going on in the main base for very much longer. Zawk going to be able to take this series 2-0 against Neutrino, so he will be moving on to face the loser of our next match. Oh! Lurker shots! Oh my god. Lurkers are so cool. I missed you, Lurkers. I have missed you in StarCraft. I know I've been playing Starbow for like a year now, but I still that was a long time without having any Lurkers. Another Null Ward or 2 is gonna go down here. Kill some Lurkers. Gets a couple kills. Very nice. It's a cool little animation. I like that. It's pretty. And look at this. Look at the reinforcing streams on the minimap. It's beautiful. So many lings. Cracklings are so good. Defiler is actually up in here. They haven't even had to do anything. I mean, okay, there's some Dark Swarm just for the heck of it. Why not? Neutrino, though, as we've learned in this tournament, Neutrino does not quit. He does not he doesn't GG until he knows that he's eliminated. So Zawk, though, has found it. The Lings are on top of everything. There's no way. There's the G's. Neutrino, GG's out. Zawk gonna be going on, moving on to face the loser of our next match in the losers bracket. So congrats to Zawk.